Yeah, man, it's big. The Pac-12. I feel like, in my opinion, it was the toughest conference this year. All around. We had at one point in time eight teams ranked in the top 25. So I feel like that speaks for itself. We had a lot of competition, a lot of good opponents. Each and every week. But we're blessed to be able to come out on top and to be sitting here at this stage today. Super blessed and man, just super excited for the opportunity.
Over here. So every college football player dreams about getting to this stage. What does it mean to you to finally be at this stage?
Man, it's a dream come true. To be honest, I'm still wrapping my head around it. Just super blessed to be in this position. This is something that you dream of as kids. Coming to play for the national championship. For us to be here right now. All the hard work and dedication that it took to get here. It definitely showing that it's paid off. But obviously we got to make it happen.
Yeah, Michael. So I do a lot of high school recruiting as well, and I saw that you started out as a three-star recruit, about 12, 14 offers. So kind of maybe some advice for some kids that might be slightly under-recruited, because obviously, like you went from essentially a three-star to a 5+ and beyond. So any advice to kids going through that process?
Yeah, man, I wouldn't like look into it too much as far as the stars and the ratings and stuff like that. Because once you come to college, it's all gone. You have no stars whenever you come to college. Everybody, we're on the same playing field. You got to make the best of your opportunities whenever that time comes. So for me, like you said, I wasn't really the highly recruited guy. I'm a Florida kid, and I probably only had like 2 Florida schools that wanted me at the time coming out of high school. So, it just shows, you just got to believe in yourself and, trust your heart and know who you are. And, the whole stars thing, that don't matter once you get to college. When you get to college, it's a whole different ball game.
Michael, football's been such a big part of your life, but it's also been taken away from you at times because of injuries. What did you learn about yourself during those times that's helped you get to this stage?
Yeah, man. Man, those times it was tough, but it just showed that I can get through anything. I could persevere and push through any hardship that comes my way. I just lean on and trust that God has a plan for me, and that's what it was always about. Just trusting in God, and that's what led me to being here today. Just that trust, and just understanding that it's a bigger plan for me. That I might not know, that I might not see right now. But I'm just super blessed to be in this position now. I wouldn't change anything I've been through for anything. I feel like it shaped me into the player and the person that I am today. So I'm super blessed.
Mike, the send-off in Seattle yesterday looked pretty rowdy. What did you think of all the fans showing up in the rain to send you guys off to Houston?
Man, it was amazing. Our fans have been amazing all season. We're super blessed to have a fan base like that. And like you said, it was raining out there. So, man, for them to be out there in the rain, just being able to send us off, super excited, for what we've had going on all season. We're super blessed to have a fan base like that. So I can do nothing but praise them and, give them thanks for all the support that they've given us all throughout the year.
Mike, there's some people on the Michigan team who you played with or coached with at Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
What does it mean to kind of be in this championship game with some guys like Jack Tuttle, Coach Hart, who you remember when you were together at Indiana?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, that's just how things work sometimes. It's a small world, but I'm super blessed. I know those guys over there, they're super excited for the opportunity as well. Tuttle, he was always a great person, a great player, to me, and we had mutual respect throughout the years. We still were keeping in contact, wishing each other luck all the time. So I'm super excited for him, Coach Hart, him as well. Just his buy-in whenever he was at Indiana. I feel like he was an amazing coach, and he's got a good group over there at Michigan as well right now. So he's been doing good too. So super excited. Hopefully I get to see those guys. Say what's up. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it meant a lot. Me being at Indiana, allowed me to get here. I feel like if I didn't go to Indiana, probably wouldn't have met Coach DeBoer. I probably wouldn't be here. So, like I said, my whole past, I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm super blessed to be here, and I feel like everything happened for a reason.
Michael, what was your mindset in regards to transferring before your Washington visit and then after? Obviously, you had a relationship with Coach DeBoer, but how did that switch change, whatever?
Man, yeah. I mean, like you said, the relationship with Coach DeBoer, that definitely, help the reason for me to come here. He's somebody that I trusted in. Whenever he was coaching me at Indiana, but it was good. The whole transfer thing. I felt like I was doing what I felt was best for me and my future at that time, and I definitely don't regret it. I feel like it was the best decision of my life, and I'm super blessed that I was able to do that, and to be able to be on this stage today is a big blessing. But I've always loved and believed in Coach DeBoer and everything that he stands for and he preaches, and man, I'm still doing it. I'm still believing. So
You scouted the offensive line. You looked at film of the offensive line. That line the year before it opened holes for 3.19 yards per rush. I think they'd given up a bunch of sacks. You came despite that. Now it's the best offensive line in the country. But I wonder what you saw in that moment.
Man, I just saw a lot of talent and a lot of potential. I feel like whenever I watched the tape on the offensive linemen and the skill players, I felt like, I wasn't really watching the offense that was being ran before I got here. It was about, seeing what I had around me. And when I saw those guys and then meeting them in person and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a special group, because I knew the offense that was coming in, and I knew that we'll be able to do something special with that offense with these group of guys, and we've been doing it. We got one more to go, and super excited for it.
And Seattle loves its Seahawks. It loves its sports. I saw an interview with you where you were on top of a building looking out on the city, and you said what a beautiful city it is. Do you feel like you kind of own that city now for the moment?
No, I wouldn't say I'm on, but I feel like I'm a comfortable and well loved and respected resident. I'm super excited. I'm glad to be there. I'm glad that they accepted me. The whole city of Seattle accepted me, not just University of Washington. And I'm just super blessed for a city to gravitate to us and what we're doing at University of Washington the way that they do.
Mike, over here on your right, Geno Smith was talking this week about working out with you and how excited he is for you. Can you go into that relationship, how great it's been to get to know him, and obviously as it's taken you to this stage here so far?
Yeah, Geno, I actually trained with him in the off season for a little bit. He's a great guy, a great leader, and he's somebody that's definitely been doing great things, in Seattle, and he has a great fan base there as well. He's somebody that's like he said, man, people counted him out, but he said the whole he didn't write back thing. That's where I got it from, but he's a great guy. He gave me words of advice and stuff like that. He's a guy that wants to see everybody around him do great, and man, he's just a blessing to so many people. So.
Mike, you got questions all last week about the Texas D-line. It seems this week the story is the Michigan secondary. What do you see from them on film, and have they faced an offense quite like yours yet?
Yeah, man, that whole defense, they're good. I feel like they do a lot of good things on that side of the ball. I feel like they're very well coached. They have a lot of good players, and we do too, obviously, but, for me, I'm always going to believe in my guys and believe that my guys are going to be able to get the job done, no matter what, no matter who we're facing, so I'm super excited for it. I know the guys are super excited for it. And come Monday, I guess we'll see who will have the better side,
So reflecting on your time in Indiana, how did Coach Allen impact you, and how will he affect the players at Penn State now that he's their defensive coordinator?
Yeah, man, he's a great coach. He's a coach that, it's easy to love him, because of the guy he is, the person he is. I feel like he cares about his players. He cares about the person more than the player. I feel like he's the guy that would definitely do great things at Penn State. He's gonna bring great leadership. He's gonna bring great energy. Intensity each and every day. He was always the same guy every day. Always had that same energy, same spark. Trying to help the team be better in any way that he could. So I feel like they're definitely getting a good coach.
Michael, over here in the middle. Your connection with Rome, the last 5 games, 100+ yards. contested catches. He makes the big plays in crunch time. I mean, how good is, or how easy, does it make it easier for you when you know you have a player like him that can make those big time catches in crunch time?
Man, it makes my job real easy, man. He does it every day, not just on game day, but in practice as well. He's the guy that you're going to see going 100% each and every rep in practice. It don't matter if he's running a route, the ball is coming to him, he's blocking. And sometimes I try to tell him to save his legs, and I'm like, hey, I'm not throwing it to you on this play, but he'll still run at full speed, So that just shows the character and the guy that he had, the guy that he is, I feel like he's a guy that's going to continue to keep making plays throughout his career, but also having a great room around him as well, with Jalen Polk, Jalen McMillan, Jeremy Bernard, Giles Jackson, just a lot of guys, that's been able to impact and help us win football games throughout the year. I feel like that room, they feed off of each other, and they all want to see each other be great. So it's a very special room.
Michael, in the middle, after you arrived, after the transfer, how did you go about gaining the trust and earning the respect of your new teammates?
I'll say work. It's about the work that you put in. Coming into a new team, the guys they don't really know what you're gonna bring to the table. But for me, I was showing it through my work and just trying to lead the best way I could. Obviously being a new guy, I didn't want to feel like a guy that just because I was a veteran, I felt like I was above the team at all, So I was like, okay, for me, I wanted to be able to work and show these guys, that I'm somebody that they can trust and somebody that they can trust to lead them to win football games. And that's what it was about, just putting in the work each and every day. And I knew that my play would be able to speak for itself, So the whole offseason grind, that's what it was always about, putting in the work and showing those guys that I'm ready to compete.
All right, Mike, over to you. What have the conversations been like between you, your O-line, your teammates heading into Monday's game?
It's been great, just telling the guys, just don't get too wrapped up into everything else, just knowing that it's just another game for us. Obviously we're playing for something huge, the biggest in college football right now, so just making sure the guys just understand, just don't make the game bigger than what it is, and just go out there and have fun, and that's what it's going to be about, going out there having fun. And obviously we got to execute at a high level, because we're playing a good team, and we got to make sure that we come ready to play. So that's what it's been about.
Michael, over here for you on your right, I guess, on Babbage Rexon. Hey, man. Okay, so you've had a long career in college football thanks to the transfer portal rule changes. It's letting you play longer. How has that impacted your development as a passer?
I feel like it's impacted me a lot. Obviously being in this offense as well for 5 years, I feel like that's something that's helped me as well. I've seen so many different looks with all the plays that we have. It's like, I kind of have a feel for the game to where, like, most of the time I know where I'm throwing before I even snap the ball. Obviously the good defenses, they're going to change the looks and stuff like that. But being able to adjust on the fly, being real quick through my progressions and stuff like that, I feel like that's stuff that I've been able to grow. That's areas I've been able to grow in throughout the year. So.
And Michael, how important is it to have McMillan healthy at this point of the year after him kind of going through the middle of the year, kind of struggling with some stuff?
Oh man, it's very important. He's a guy he's a game changer. He's a guy that's gonna come in and make plays, all throughout the game. And he always tells me, "Hey Mike, I'm open." And he's always like, "Hey, I'm open. I'm always open. Just find me." So just to have somebody like that, he's definitely a game changer. It's just with him and then Jalen Polk and Rome on the field at the same time. It's like, you can't really double anybody, on our team, because you got two other guys that's on the field that's going to be able to make big-time plays, and our tight ends have been doing a heck of a job as well, so it's like, to be able to have that depth in that room and Jalen McMillan being back, it is definitely special.
How much do you guys talk about legacy and how this team will be remembered as a group?
We hit on it sometimes, but we don't want to get too caught up in just talking about it. We want to go out there and show it and do it, So, we hit on it, but at the same time, we got to continue to show up come game day, and it starts with practice and the way that we go about each and every day, each and every situation, just going in with the intensity to go out there and just prove ourselves right, not really. I don't really say prove prove the naysayers wrong. You know, I feel like just proving us right because, you know, at the beginning of the season, the first thing I said was I wanted to win a national championship, you know, and we have the opportunity to do that. You know, everybody else, you know, we've been underdogs for like the past 4, 5, 6 weeks now, so it's like just continue to prove ourselves right. We know the talent and the team that we have. We just got to go out there and show it.
Mike, looking back to the COVID season, obviously you were on a different team. Michigan was a totally different team. But how have you seen yourself evolve in the time since you last played Michigan?
Yeah, man, it's totally different. You know, like you said, they're a different team as well. You know, I'm a different player. You know, I just feel like just my confidence and, you know, obviously game time experience, you know, stuff like that, you know, being on the field, you know, that has a lot to factor into it as well, you know. But, you know, I feel like it's been a lot of areas I've grown in, you know, leadership-wise, you know, player-wise as well, you know, on and off the field, you know. So it's been a lot, but it's still going. It's still going.
Michael, your family's here, your parents are here this weekend. What's that kind of support mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, they always show up. You know, they're always there for me. If they can't make it to the game, they're going to watch it on TV. Make sure they calling me right after the game, you know. So to be able to have a support system like that is amazing. You know, I'm super blessed to have a family like that. And, you know, I thank them each and every day for it, you know, because, you know, for them to love me unconditionally, no matter if I was injured or if I was on the field being successful, you know, they were always there for me. So it's been special.
Michael, if you had to pick just one thing, what's the biggest factor you think that allows you to take your game to another level this year?
Just confidence and I feel like just everybody around me. You know, I feel like being a second year with this team, you know, in this offense, you know, it's definitely elevated us to new heights. You know, last year was our first year in the offense. Not my first year, but everybody else's first year in the offense. But, you know, for everybody to come back and to be able to, you know, gain more experience, gain more knowledge, you know, with the offense and stuff like that, you know, it's definitely been special.
This season has really boosted your draft profile. What do you think about the fact that you've been able to do that with another season of college football?
I'm just super blessed to be in this position. You know, I really don't focus in on the draft stuff like that, you know, because I feel like that God has a plan for me, and you know, I'm going to trust that. You know, for me, I just got to go out there and fulfill my His purpose. You know, I feel like, and everything will work itself out. You know, so I've just been trying to work on just being the best version of myself for my team and you know, for this university each and every day. So.
Michael, what was it about Coach DeBoer specifically that you felt like you wanted to play for him again after leaving Indiana?
I'll just say the confidence that he gave me, you know, when I was out there on the field. You know, he always gave me, whenever I was getting the ball in my hands, I always felt like I had somewhere to go with it. You know, I always felt comfortable in my reads and my checks, and the way that he helped me prepare each and every week was next level, and I definitely wanted to be a part of that again.
Well, how would you describe your relationship with him? You say that he helped you every week, kind of learn the offense and stuff. And then when you got to Washington, did you guys just pick right up where you left off?
Yeah, I feel like it's been growing. You know, it definitely did pick up where it left off, but you know, we definitely took it to new heights. You know, I feel like our relationship has definitely grown since 2019. You know, I feel like, you know, just a trust factor and the way that we talk to each other and stuff like that. You know, I feel like it's all been grown throughout the years, and I'm just super blessed to be able to have a coach like him.
You mentioned earlier that you guys have been an underdog several weeks in a row. Just remember, the committee didn't have you in the initial top 4, even though you were undefeated. For a championship team, you guys have felt overlooked at times. Have you felt that in the locker room, and how has it impacted you guys?
I mean, we see the stuff that's out there, you know, but we don't really let it bother us. You know, we have us versus us mentality. That's been kind of like our motto all year, you know, us versus us, you know, because we know that people might not believe in us, you know, but, you know, for us within our doors, within our team, you know, we got to have that understanding that, you know, nobody can shape our future, you know, only we can, and, you know, that's how we go about each and every day. We know that it's not always going to be perfect. People are not always going to be on our side, you know, but as long as we got each other, you know, that's all that matters.
What's the biggest challenge Michigan presents to you?
The biggest challenge, you know, I just feel like they're a good team, you know, they do a lot of great things, you know. As far as biggest challenge, you know, most of the time you don't really notice that until you get in the game, you know, because on film things look a lot easier until like the bullets are flying right there in your face, and it's like, okay, you got to adjust on the fly and stuff like that, you know. So I guess we'll see.
This is a short turnaround here for a championship game. Have you guys felt the magnitude of this yet? Is it set in?
Yeah, man, it's definitely been setting in, you know. But like I said, man, it's surreal. You know, I feel like, you know, for me, it's still like it's a dream come true, and it's something that, you know, I'm still wrapping my head around. You know, it's like it's crazy to be in this position. You know, especially going through the things that we've been through as a team, the things I've been through as a person and a player as well. You know, it's definitely make it much more special.
Michael, Michigan's defense sacked Milroe, Alabama 6 times last week, and you don't get sacked very often at all. Are you interested to see how that matchup unfolds, your offensive line against their defensive front?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. You know, I feel like Michigan's defense, they definitely presented a lot of problems for Alabama, and I feel like they caused a little bit of confusion with their protection calls and stuff like that. You know, I saw they have guys that can win in the pass rush for sure, one-on-one matchups and stuff like that, you know, but I feel like watching film, most of the sacks and stuff came from, you know, just bad communication by the offensive line and the quarterback, you know, whoever makes the protection calls and stuff like that. So for us, you know, all week it's like, you know, making sure that I get the guys in the right protection call, because obviously we got Joe Moore award winners, you know, in front of me, and, you know, as long as I get those guys to the right people, blocking the right people, you know, I feel like we'll be great.
One of the things that stands out to me about your play this year, high-level quarterback attributes, timing, accuracy, back shoulder balls, maneuvering in the pocket. How do you get good at that as a quarterback?
Repetition. You know, I just feel like, you know, just the trust that you have and that you build with your teammates, you know, each and every week. You know, it started since day one, since I first stepped on campus. You know, like, it was my first day there, and the guys are hitting me up like, hey, can we get a throwing session in tomorrow, which was my second day, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. So, you know, it's just the trust and the belief that we have in one another, and just understanding that, you know, everybody on this team wants to be great, and they want to see each other be great as well. You know, we don't have any selfish guys on the team, so, you know, I feel like that's what makes it so much more special, because I know that, you know, I can give the ball to anybody, and I don't have people coming to me like, hey, I want the ball, you know, that they want to see each other be great. So it's been special.
Was there a moment this season that you guys had, whether it's the win against Oregon or USC or at fall camp, where you guys had an epiphany? It's like, holy cow, we can actually get to the Natty and beat contenders in this?
Not really. I feel like we've been taking it one game at a time, you know, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, you know, just making sure that we handle business each and every week, you know. So that's what it's been about. You know, we knew that we had the opportunity to be able to be here, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we got to win the game that's right there in front of us, you know. So we weren't really focused in on, oh, we have a chance to get here. It's like we got to do whatever it takes to get here.
You guys have been playing high-stakes games for these last 2 months. You've let 3 of your last 5 games have been determined by 3 points or less. How do you guys avoid burnout and stay focused when you guys have been pressured so much in the past 3 months?
Man, I just feel like just our trust with one another. You know, I feel like this team is so close, and we have a bond that's so tight, you know, to where, like, we trust the guys next to us, you know. So we play a lot of complementary football as well, you know, just offense trusting defense to get off the field, to get us the ball, defense trusting us to put points on the board. You know, I feel like that's what it's been about, and we've been doing a great job with it. You know, I feel like this team does an amazing job, you know, finding ways to win, and that's what it's all about, you know, just doing your best to find a way to win, and that's what we've been able to do all season.
Hey, Mike, you see online, especially on social, some of the guys that have been around 5-6 years get a lot of jokes, especially Bo Nix. You get any jokes like that from your teammates, or people calling you the old man or anything like that?
A little bit, not much, you know, not much, but you'll hear it sometimes. I'll hear it sometimes. It's funny.
I apologize if you've already been asked this, but having played in the Big Ten before, is there anything that you could take from any of the games against Michigan?
No. It's been quite a few years, you know, since I played them, so it's not really nothing that they did in 2020 that would carry over to this year, I would say. You know, obviously I feel like they're a physical team, they're a tough team, and they're gonna do a lot of good things. You know, they're going to make plays, and we're going to make a lot of plays as well. You know, so it's just about, you know, just staying locked in throughout the game, and you know, just understanding, you know, that we have another opportunity after each and every drive. So just doing whatever we can to make sure we get points on the board, and that's getting in the end zone. You know.
It's best on best, Washington offense, Michigan's defense. Does that maybe amp you up a little bit, knowing that you get an opportunity to go against one of the best defenses in the country?
I'm always amped up, you know, for every game. You know, it don't matter who we're playing. You know, I'm super excited, you know, especially going through what I've been through. You know, I'm just always super excited for the opportunity to be able to, you know, be out there with my brothers, you know, and be available for them, you know. So I'm always excited for the games, and it's going to be a great matchup.
Michael, I'm curious how you think every program's had to figure out how to navigate NIL and the way they're going to play it. And how have you felt Washington's done as far as, like, it sounds like they're, you know, we're able to keep the culture in the locker room intact, you know, even with, you know, the influx of the money and all that. How do you think they've been able to do that, the way they've structured it?
We have a program we got. It's called Montlake Futures. You know, where they help us with NIL and stuff like that. You know, they help all athletes throughout the school, you know, not just football players, you know, but they do an amazing job, you know, just giving people opportunities to be able to, you know, have that opportunity to get NIL deals and stuff like that, you know. So it's been pretty evenly disputed. So I feel like they do an amazing job, you know, and just the coaches do an amazing job of just, you know, just make sure that's not the focus. You know, the focus is winning football games, and once you win football games, you know, and you're doing good, you know, that's when the opportunity and stuff like that come, you know. So, you know, for us, we know that it's about winning football games, and those opportunities will come and they'll present itself whenever it need be. So it's a lot of guys on our team as well, you know, that's just all about that as well, you know, just all about winning. And, you know, once you make it about the money piece, is the love for the game, and, you know, the team camaraderie. I can't even say that. Camaraderie. I ain't gonna say it again. Camaraderie. I'm from the South, so I got a little slang. It's kind of, but yeah, man, it's very tight, you know, within our team. So it's been okay.
And that's partly because Washington isn't going out and like bidding a lot of money on high school kids, right?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna get too far into that conversation, you know, but I feel like University of Washington do an amazing job with it, you know. So I'm just super excited, you know, to be on the team.
You want to win regardless of the year, but your thoughts on being the last Pac-12 team standing, the last conference champion? Again, when they tell you a story about the history of the conference, you guys were the last. Does that carry any weight? You know, like you care that you guys were the last Pac-12 team?
Do I care?
What does it mean to you that you guys were the last Pac-12 team within the conference?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it means a lot. You know, obviously it's something that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. You know, but just super blessed to be a part of the conference. You know, we had a dominant conference, you know, all year. You know, had a lot of great teams. You know, always was playing good teams each and every week. So I'm super blessed to be a part of it, and you know, for it to be the last one, you know, it's sad. You know, but at the same time, you know, that's just how the world is. You know, it just keeps moving. You know, business and stuff like that. You know, that's stuff that we can't control. You know, the only thing we can control is what we do come game day and each and every day, you know, to prepare for it. You know, so, man, I'm super blessed, you know, super glad that we were able to win the last one, though, obviously. Yeah.
Mike, this might be going way back, but you played against this Michigan defense before back in 2020 when you were at Indiana. What do you remember about that game and facing them?
Well, I wouldn't say I played this Michigan defense. You know, it was a whole different team. They were a different team. I'm on a different team. You know, so I wouldn't say I can really take much from that game and look at it to help with this game. You know, because it was totally different. COVID. You know, that year Michigan they weren't where they wanted to be at that time. You know, I think they had multiple losses that year. So. The past 2 or 3 years, they've been winning. You know, they've been winning a lot, and you know that's what led them to be here. You know, that's a good team over there. You know, so I'm super excited for the opportunity, and I know that they're going to be super excited as well, and it's going to be a great matchup.
You guys have been one of the best scoring offenses in the country. This is the best scoring defense in the country. What challenges do they present to you guys?
As far as challenges, I kind of said that it's like I don't know. You know, I feel like they do a lot of great things on that side of the ball. I feel like they're very well coached, and I feel like they're gonna come ready to play. You know, but at the same time, just watching it on film and being out there on the field is two totally different things. You know, on film, it can show challenges that they face, they give to other teams. But those other teams, you might not think that they're the same team that you have. So it's like those challenges, most of the time show up during the game. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, at the end of the Apple Cup, fourth down, you guys go for it there. What was your thought when they called that play into you? Because it's an aggressive situation. It's kind of what you guys have been doing all year, but the stakes couldn't have been any bigger, and you guys were still going for it there.
Yeah, this just shows the trust and confidence and belief that this coaching staff have in us as players. That's a play that we've been repping all week, and we were just waiting for the right time to call it, and it was perfect timing, and we executed at a high level. So it just shows the trust that this team has with one another, and obviously the coaches have in us. So.
Do you love how just aggressive they call for you in some of those situations that you guys have come up throughout the season?
Yeah, man. Coach Grubb does an amazing job, with our preparation to make sure that we're locked into the details and super ready and excited to play, each and every week. So it's been good, So it obviously comes from just belief and trust in us, and obviously that's something that you got to build. You got to build that trust and that relationship with the coaches, and I feel like this team has been doing an amazing job doing that. So we're super blessed. Super blessed.
Hey, Mike, obviously you knew Coach DeBoer, but what was it like getting to know Coach Grubb and kind of developing that relationship with him and learning his coaching style and his tendencies and all that?
Yeah, it was great. Coach Grubb, he's an amazing guy, amazing coach, obviously. When I first met him, I knew I was going to like him, just because of the energy and, the way that he talked to me, I could just tell, he was all about football, he was all in, and that's what I was super excited about, Coach DeBoer, obviously, he was the one that was calling the plays for me at Indiana, and he was the biggest reason why I transferred to the University of Washington. But, just talking to him, he's like, you're going to love Coach Grubb, just trust him, and they have a great relationship, and they've been calling the offense together for a while. So I was like, okay, I can definitely do that, and, man, we just ran off with it.
Did you feel like Coach Grubb already had a pretty good understanding of what your skills were and your strengths were as you guys kind of formed the offense?
I have no idea. I feel like Coach DeBoer probably talked to him about it. The things that I could do on the field. He definitely probably watched my film as well. So I feel like he had an idea, but to see it in person, I feel like it's always gonna be different. Seeing things in person. So I'm just super blessed that that he trusted in me.
What do you think is the key things they're going to need to beat Michigan? Quickness or to beat brute force to beat Michigan?
You're gonna need it all. They're a really good team over there, and they do a lot of good things. So I feel like the biggest thing is just executing. It's just all about execution. Just trusting in our preparation and our offense that we have, and at the end of the day, as long as we execute, we'll be able to get it done. So.
With all you've been through throughout your career at Indiana, now at Washington, whenever you look around and see all that you're experiencing right now, does it kind of feel like all the hard work's paid off and all the trials have been paid off?
For sure, man. It makes it much more sweet, man. I've been through a lot, but I'm super blessed to be in this position, and I wouldn't change anything that I've been through for nothing, So I'm just super excited and super blessed to be in this position. And it'll mean a lot, it'll be amazing, man. That's been our goal since day one, that's been my goal since day one, and I know the team as well, so it'll be amazing to be able to bring that back to Seattle.
Michael Penix Jr. Man here with Sirius XM. Just speak about your journey, man. And obviously starting in Indiana, I think you're a Florida boy as well, with your Florida State.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is to play in that stadium competition level, but going from Indiana, finding your new home here in Washington, and having the great success that you've had.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. Obviously a lot of ups and downs. Bumpy roads. Been through a lot with 4 season and injuries in the world. So I came from a lot. Like you said, playing in Florida, it teaches you toughness for sure. So I've been through it. I've been through tough situations before. So I knew that whenever I was going through those situations, I knew I'd be able to come out on top of it. But now I'm just super blessed to be here today on this stage, playing for the national championship with this team. And I feel like everything that I've been through shaped me into the person and the player I am today. So it's been good.
Like one of my favorite things about watching and studying on tape, man, you throw a friendly football. Obviously you can stretch it down the field if you have to, but even in the media routes, the ball's to Dylan Johnson out in the flat, you put him in a spot where you can catch and run. How important is it to you to have that type of accuracy?
Man, I feel like it's very important because that allows run after the catch. That the ball placement is extra yards. That's how I look at it. If I throw the ball behind somebody, he got to turn around. He's losing yards. As he's wasting time. So I just try to get the ball in the guy's hands. In a good spot. Depending on the route. To help them be able to get the yards after the catch because all those yards matter.
What goes into the relationship with these receivers? You got 2 guys over 1,000 yards receiving. I'm sure they all probably like, hey, appreciate that, brother. But you also got McMillan. He comes in after a couple of injuries, still being able to be super productive. So what goes into that relationship during the week of practice so you guys can perform on the weekends?
Man, I just feel like just the trust that we have, not just on the field, but off the field as well. I feel like we built that since day one, since I got there. And those guys that I could trust, and they know that they could trust me in any situation, So it's definitely something that's been built, But those guys work extremely hard, each and every day in practice. They're going to give 110%, each and every rep, So I have no, I just know that they're going to do it come game day, So I'm just super blessed to be able to have them on my team. So, yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Hey, Michael, when did you start doing that? When did you start doing that little sidearm flip that you do that seems to really work for you? Did you come up with that, or have you always done that?
What do you mean? Oh, man, I don't know. I've been doing that since I was 10. I don't know, since I started. That just happened. That's just playing the game. It just happened. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I want to do this play.
It works.
It's just playing football, man.
and are there advantages to being a lefty?
What do you like? Nah, I'm not a pitcher in baseball, so I don't know. It's different, with other sports, but football, I don't feel like it's an advantage, disadvantage, I don't think so.
Michael, the recruiting process that came out of high school took you to Indiana and then got you to Washington. What's the journey been like from when you senior in high school to where you are right now, ups and down battles of the position where you were at?
It's been tough, a lot of ups and downs, but obviously I feel like it was all worth it. I feel like everything I've been through shaped me into the man and the player, the person I am today. So I'm super blessed, for it all. I wouldn't change it for anything, but man, I'm just super excited, for the opportunity that I have right here in front of me, and super excited to be able to do it with my brother. So.
Is it true that former Tennessee staff didn't really have belief in you that you could get it done?
Yeah, they took my offer.
They did take your offer?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Like, you've been in college now for 6 seasons, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, that's my 6th.
Do you ever feel like the old guy in the room because you're 24 and you might be around a bunch of 18 and 19-year-old guys?
Yeah, I'm 23, but I do know that I'm usually I'm not the oldest, but I'm one of the oldest on the teams, So it is what it is, man. That's what comes with injuries, and you got the COVID year. What else? Red shirt, stuff like that. That's all part of a game, and there's people in college that's older than me, so I don't really think about it too much. I don't know. I guess experience, game time, possibly, but I don't feel like my age, just my age itself, helped me, so I don't know.
You talked a little bit about why you like playing for Coach DeBoer, but what about just off the field? Why is he a guy that you've clicked with?
Because he's the same guy every day. He's somebody that that's gonna always be the same guy each and every day. You know, you don't have to guess what you're gonna get out of him. You know, he's gonna be a guy that's gonna lead us in every way that he can possible. You know, so that's what makes him so special. You know, he's somebody that you could trust, and he doesn't switch up his character for anything. So.
Michael, I am gonna follow up on that. What I asked you previously. Did that give you, when Tennessee did pull your offer and everything was trending that way, did that give you what kind of extra motivation did that give you coming out of high school to go prove yourself in Indiana, have the opportunity to go play in Washington, but things play out in life? So what did that decision from that coaching staff instill in you?
I wouldn't say it did anything. You know, at the moment I didn't understand it. You know, but at the same time, you know, I knew the skill sets that I had, and I knew that, you know, I was going to be able to find a way to be successful wherever I went. So I don't look back on that and like, oh, I got you. Like, it's nothing like that. You know, it's like for me, it was just always trying to do whatever I can to help whatever team I was on win football games. You know, it didn't matter where it was. You know, as long as it was somewhere where I felt confident and somewhere where, you know, the team trusted me.
Michael, you've had a lot of college football accomplishments, and breaking the Michigan's 24-game win streak over Indiana has probably got to be real high in your memory banks, in your accomplishments. Would you say?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. You know, I didn't even know the whole 24-game win streak thing. You know, I was just playing football. You know, but it's a whole different team now. You know, the team that we're preparing for now is a team that's playing for the national championship, just like us. You know, I think that was like a 3 or 4 loss Michigan team that year. You know, so it's a totally different team.
But anytime beating Michigan's a big deal for anybody who doesn't.
You said what?
Anybody who beats Michigan, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. You know, it'll be a big deal beating them this time, you know, because it's the national championship. So that's what I'm worried about.
Mike, it seems like you got the entire city of Tampa behind you as well. How much pride do you take in coming from that area, and what would you say that Tampa Bay Tech did for your football career?
Yeah, just growing up, I grew up in Dade City, like 30 minutes outside of Tampa. You know, moved to Tampa in high school, you know, but I've always had love and support from both cities. I feel like my dad, he's a guy that set that just that love and that support in Dade City, you know, because he was a well-respected player and coach there, you know, whenever I was growing up. And then moving to Tampa, you know, I feel like I had to make a name for myself. You know, it's a city that's right up the road, you know, but at the same time, you know, it's two totally different worlds. You know, when I was in Dade City, like in Florida, I'm going to be honest, in Florida, you don't really hear outside of your city much. Like, if you don't really go outside of your city. You know, I wasn't going to Tampa. You know, I wasn't going to Miami and spring break and all that. It's like I got all that here, you know, and so like I can speak for Dade City. You know, it's a small city, so it's like everything was right there, you know, so that's all I knew. All I knew was Dade City, you know. Then moving to Tampa, you know, I had to adjust to that, you know. So I have a lot of support and a lot of people that seen me at a young age, you know, growing up and coming up and shaping into the person I am today. So I appreciate that support always.
Michael, Troy told me that it wasn't until week 11 last year that you told the team your full story, like your testimony. Why was that the right time, and why did you wait that long to kind of have that conversation with him?
I think he's talking about a totally different situation. You know, I feel like everybody knew about my injuries and stuff like that. You know, he's talking about more personal stuff that I'm not going to really get into right now, you know, but I think he's talking about a time in a chapel session. But it was just the time presented itself, and, you know, our chaplain, he asked us if anybody had anything to say, you know, to tell their story, their testimony and stuff like that. And, you know, I feel like it was the right time for me to do it, you know, just trusting, you know, just knowing that I had a team that trusts me and a team that I trusted as well.
With the injury, how did you keep the confidence that one year you would get the chance to not have to deal with that, you would get a full season? How did you keep mentally strong every year?
Yeah, just trusting in my faith, just trusting that, God has a plan for me, a plan that I might not see right then and there, but plan for hope in the future, so I actually got that tatted on my arm, so that's what I live by, and if I'm going to live by that, I got to live by that each and every day, whenever times get hard, I can't change up, I just got to continue to lean on my faith even more. Huh? I just got that tat like 2 or 3 years ago, but I feel like it was perfect for me, but it was always a verse that I've always known.
Michael, for you guys, who handles protections for you, and how have you worked on some of the stunts and twists that Michigan posed, especially Alabama?
What was the first part?
Who handles protection?
Who handles it? Oh, I mean, within me and the offensive line coach, we go throughout the week. We do so many different protection, drills and stuff like that. Each and every day. To help us be ready and prepared for the game. But when it comes game time, it's all on me. So if you see somebody coming free, it's probably my fault, because my O-line don't really let people come free. So.